an early Buddhist text called Paṭisambhidāmagga, and some parts of Pāli literature as a whole, contain a distant analyses of 5 types of morality that highlight aspects of the moral life that range from an ethical practice that needs to be improved upon and is limited, via those forms that catalyze progress on the Buddhist path towards liberation, to a form that makes for a full moral blossoming, free of any suffering. Although these 5 types by themselves comprise only a relatively small division of the quite vast topic of Buddhist morality, they can, nevertheless, serve as a self-contained unit capable of covering the essentials of it. All these explanations are relevant for our everyday training in morality, our keeping of the 5, 8, or 10 training rules. The first type of morality is called morality of delimited purity, and is about the limited training precepts of the unordained, due to the limited boundary by means of counting. It simply means that lay people have less precepts to observe than monastics. There is also a further weighty limitation and breach of morality that happens on account of gain, fame, relatives, body parts, and life. This means that one prioritizes these things over keeping one's morality clean. One may also say that, alternatively, all moralities, indistinctively, are torn, rent, blotched, mottled, due to the fact of being impaired by evil things, such as the 7-fold bond of sexuality, rage, and holding a grudge. Moreover, morality can also be limited by the duration of time, such as when one just looks after it on certain ceremonial days. It is said that all such moralities are torn and rent, also by means of not having become established in wholesome qualities, blotched, mottled, not free, not praised by the wise, apprehended, not conducive to concentration. They are not providing the ground for non-remorse, joy, rapture, tranquility, mental pleasure, concentration, as well as knowing and seeing according to reality. Furthermore, they do not conduce to utter disenchantment, dispassion, cessation, stillness, direct knowledge, awakening, and nibbana. The second class of morality is called morality of unlimited purity, and is about the unlimited training precepts of the ordained, which refers to the advanced purity and quite vast increase in number when compared to the ethics of lay people. It also refers to an undertaking of one's morality without exception, not limited because of gain, fame, relatives, body parts, and life. That means there is a non-transgression of morality due to these things. Such kind of moralities are said to be untorn, unrent, leading to concentration, and so forth. That is the direct opposite of the 22 attributes listed earlier under the morality of limited purity. The Paṭisambhidāmagga and the relevant commentaries even raise the standard here to the level of mere thought, which means that one doesn't even think about transgressing one's precepts or otherwise tarnishing one's moral standards. This kind of morality is like that of the so-called mango-eating elder Mahātissa, resident of the Chiragumba monastery of ancient Sri Lanka, characterized by this recollection of a good man. To quote him from the Visuddhimagga, one may give up wealth because of a sound limb. Guarding life, one may give up a limb. But all these, limb, wealth, and life, a person may give up, recollecting the Dhamma. The third type of morality is that of those good or virtuous ordinary persons, Putujjana Kalyana, who are engaged in the practice of wholesome things, Kusala Dhamme, that is, the practice of insight here, of no concern regarding body and life, having abandoned life, that is, the attachment to it to the extent that it could lead to a moral transgression. All this is for the sake of further moral distinction and the fulfillment or completion of morality, exceedingly purified. It may manifest as such kind of morality that no action is performed without mindfulness or unknowingly, as is reflected by the statement made by the elder Mahasangharakhitta, to quote, "Verily, friends, starting from the time of going forth, I do not see an action that was performed by me without mindfulness and knowing." His morality being of such complete purity, it functioned, close to his time of his passing, as a proximate cause for the attainment of arahantship. The fourth kind of morality is called morality of non-misapprehended purity and belongs to the 7 trainees or noble Buddhist individuals, from stream entry, sotapatti, up to the path of arahantship. It refers to the pure morality of someone who isn't capable of grasping by means of views, more elaborately, due to the state of having given up by means of views, and having not taken up, not grasped, with so-called view grasping. The Visuddhimagga itself specified that this also means that morality is not misapprehended due to lust. This type of morality may also function as a cause for the attainment of arahantship, as the story of the elder Kutumbya Puttatissa shows. These words have been attributed to him by the Visuddhimagga and the Digha Nikaya commentary. "I am incommoded and ashamed of dying with lust. Having in this manner reflected and properly grasped, that is, with insight, I attained arahantship when dawn rose." The last type of morality is called morality of quieting down purity. It belongs to the Buddhist disciples, that is, those with mental taints destroyed, individual Buddhas, Pacceka Buddha, and the Buddhas themselves, which are worthy ones, perfectly self-enlightened Buddhas. The quietening down is due to the quieting down of all anxiety at the moment of fruition of arahantship. Put another way, it is the morality that is possessed of purity by means of altogether quieting down all of the mental defilements. We could see, to conclude, that these 5 types of morality are intended to reflect, by and large, progressive stages of moral development. Without noting the nuances here again, this means the following in summary. Number 1. The limited training precepts of the unordained, or forms of morality that are limited by such defilements as a desire for gain and fame, the 7-fold bond of sexuality, holding a grudge, and so forth. Number 2. Unlimited training precepts of the ordained and forms that are not limited by the mentioned defilements, even on the level of general thought purity. Number 3. Complete purity of morality belonging to those that have reached the proximity of the noble Buddhist individuals, called those in training. Number 4. Non-misapprehended purity of morality that belongs to the 7 trainees, even up to just right below arahantship. And number 5. Quietening down purity of morality belonging to the enlightened ones. With that and all the details provided, this 5-fold scheme may assist us in accessing numerous leverage points to purify our own morality, so that it can lead us further on the path that reaches from happiness in the here and now, even up to the attainment of final Nibbana. But as we could see, this is certainly not a cakewalk, especially at the beginning. However, the Buddha and his disciples who have reached the final goal of Nibbana testify that it is worth it. In that sense, may we fully purify our morality so that it can lead us to freedom.